What's going on, people? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. I hope you're doing well, mate. I really do hope that. Welcome back to Chelsea News, the daily series every single day here on the channel where I got a haircut, by the way. Short on the sides. Series where I reflect on what's being said about Chelsea, giving you my opinion, more importantly, asking for yours, and there's lots to discuss, dear sweet viewer / listener. Antonio Rudiger is gone. In fact, the deal with Real Madrid has been agreed, so saith transfer guru Big Fabrizio Romano. Thomas Tuchel, of course, confirmed the news himself. And there's things happening in the ownership race for Chelsea Football Club. There is no longer a third or another process that they're going through. There's stuff going on. We're going to reference some tweets from a journalist called Ben Jacob. Settle in, get comfortable. Please do consider liking and subscribing because it takes you a second. And it's nice for me. It gives me warm fuzzies. Why wouldn't you want to give me warm fuzzies, eh? You can achieve that by clicking the like button. And, oh, by the way, make sure noties are turned on when you subscribe, guys. So, yeah, let's start on Big Tony Rudiger. Of course, Thomas Tuchel has confirmed that he is leaving Chelsea after Chelsea's 1-0 win against West Ham. He said this, quote, "Rudiger will leave as we can't compete because of the sanctions, as in Chelsea are unable to give contract offers at the moment. But we do not take it personally. It is his decision. He wants to leave the club. He informed me in a private talk. We gave everything, but we could not fight anymore because of the actions." He means sanctions. He said also some other nice stuff, like, you know, he's been excellent for us, of course, or more notably, he's been excellent for me while I've managed Chelsea. But also he said, like, there is life, or no, there is Chelsea after Tony Rudiger. And there absolutely is, ladies and gentlemen. Life goes on, baby. We're gonna be okay. The truth is, Antonio Rudiger has been excellent for 18 months at Chelsea in a back three. Now, I'm not trying to, like, be reductionist here or say, didn't want him anyway, mate. He could only play in this role. No, of course, he was an excellent defender. He was a really important character in the team, but he's not irreplaceable. He's not been this elite European defender his entire life. Dude, he's 30 next season. He's not been like this amazing defender since he was 18, and, you know, he's not like Eden Hazard losing him, you know, when he was like 28 or something. That was really hurt. It is what it is, man. Like, you know, he's getting a 4-year deal at probably crazy money with a big sign-on fee. Like, Fabrizio Romano's tweeted this: "The agreement between Tony Rudiger and Real Madrid has been reached on a 4-year deal till 2026. It's a matter of final details before the contract." Basically, it's done. It's done. Pretty much a here we go from Fabrizio Romano. So think about it, dude. I just realized the like and sub thing's still on. Just think about it, dude. 4 years. So he's gonna be like 34 by the time that really expensive deal runs out. You know, and are Real Madrid going to play a back three? Probably not. Is he proven to be elite level in a back two? Possibly. You could also argue it's going to be easier for him playing in a back four system in an easier league that is La Liga. It is ultimately easier. That's not a dig at them. And he's going to be playing in probably the best team in an easier league. You know, so like going to Bayern Munich to play in the Bundesliga isn't going to be as difficult as playing for Chelsea in the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of things to consider. Now, Chelsea will move on. I don't want to go over old ground, but I'm pretty darn adamant Chelsea are going to sign Jules Koundé. I think we will. I do think genuinely Levi Colwill will be brought in to the first team fold. At least he'll get a Premier League loan, but I do have a feeling he's going to be brought in because the same way, if Thomas Tuchel is going to give Trevor Chalobah a chance, like he did in pre-season, you can bet your bottom dollar. In fact, you could put the whole darn farm on him looking at Colwill in pre-season and considering him for the first team fold. You know, Azpilicueta, I think, is going to stay. I mean, but then again, I think he's going to stay because Thomas Tuchel said, yeah, he's very likely to stay. But he said the same thing about Tony Rudiger, so I just don't know anymore. Maybe Tuchel's like ever the optimist with everything. When you ask him about anything, he's like, yeah, he's gonna stay. Yeah, he's gonna stay. Imagine if Hazard was still here, when if he was managing when Hazard was still here, he'd be like, he's definitely going to stay. Oh no, he's in Madrid. Whoops. Anyway, I do think he's going to give Colwill a chance. I do think we'll sign Colwill. I do think Azpilicueta will stay. I do think he will still seriously consider... He talks about how he loves Reece James at right centre-back. Yes, that concerns a lot of us because we all want to see him, you know, further up the pitch doing his magic. But these are all options. You know, you've got Trevor Chalobah. We probably, as we're losing both Christensen and Antonio Rudiger to both Classico teams respectively... I think we will sign 2 defenders. I think we will sign Jules Koundé, and I think we'll sign someone else. And then you've got Trevor Chalobah. You've got Colwill in circulation, in rotation. And then you've obviously got the senior great examples of Thiago Silva and Cesar Azpilicueta. We're going to be okay. Like Tuchel said, there's Chelsea beyond Rudiger. Who knows? We might reflect on our whole systemic style of play and evolve for the greater good. Why not? We've got an excellent manager who's already worked wonders in many ways since his arrival. So give him an actual, you know, transfer, another preseason and a transfer window for him to go, you know, right, what are we going to do here? Who do I want here? What's going on? And we move from there. So we'll see what happens. The defense will be rebuilt under new ownership. So where are we at with the owners race? The hashtag takeover update. Now, of course, Ben Jacobs of CBS Sports, he is a good person to follow in terms of the Chelsea takeover. He's got a lot of stuff right. So let's read something that he's saying on Twitter here. So, Rain sources denying there is a, quote, extra stage to the Chelsea sale. This obviously came out recently saying, oh, there's going to be another, like, hoop for them all to jump through, and another one's going to be another round. Another bidder's going to be eliminated. Bearing in mind, there's only 3 left. They did consider ruling out one of the 3 bids when the final offers first came in, but they decided against it. So, it's pick a winner now, do you know what I mean? It's like these... like shows where they go to the final, some contestants, and there's 3, not 2. So yeah, but they decided against that. The plan remains to just pick a preferred bidder from the 3 rather than ruling out another group. So that's kind of good. So it's like, I don't know, is it good? That's what they're doing anyway. Sources close to Steve Pagliuca says he's baffled by the suggestions that his bid will be rejected first, but his group have had to provide more detail on their redevelopment of Stamford Bridge than any other group. Of course, this is great. This is important. I'm feeling positive about how Reign are actually handling this. For a long, long time, they were receiving a lot of criticism, but they've actually been quite meticulous. And hot dog, that is what you want when your football club is being sold, especially... you know, Chelsea, when you're so used to success, lots of money goes through it, big players. You don't want it to be sold really quickly and not thought about. Clearly, Reign have really been meticulous and gone, right, what are you going to do with this? How are you going to invest in this? And how are you going to redevelop Stamford Bridge? Are you actually capable of doing this? Are you competent? Which is, I'm pretty happy about. So yeah, and Pagliuca, apparently he's obviously one of the 3. His group had to provide the most evidence that they could do this. So Ben goes on. What makes the Bowley bid strong is Jonathan Goldstein, the Tottenham fan, by the way, brackets, and other development-specific consultants, end brackets. So they've got people who know about property development in his group. They have provided a clear roadmap and cost. So basically, Todd Bowley's gang have been like, look, Reign, this is how we're going to do Stamford Bridge. We already know how we're going to do it, and this is exactly how. Check out this plan, which obviously gives them a massive boost, right? Broughton bid believe they have offered the most sustainable plan, but it's not as specific yet as Bowley's pitch. Interesting. Reign deny any significant delays and expect to name a preferred bidder by the end of the month, which is like in a few days' time, ladies and gentlemen. We're on the 25th of April right now. Finally, Ben Jacobs says this. Meanwhile, DCMS deny Rishi Sunak or any government member will pick and influence the preferred bidder. Interesting. So maybe like, yeah, Reign's... You know, because Reign have done all this meticulous research. Surely their word should be, you know, paramount. Like, we think this guy's the best. And then for the government to find any reason not to, which you can't imagine they would, they just sign it off and go, yeah, all right, go on, mate, buy Chelsea. As expected, they reiterate their role is to license the sale, not choose the bidder. Because, yeah, it's like saying, look, you're completely unqualified to choose this bidder. We've done the research. Just trust us. They are expected to agree a deal with Abramovich to turn the £1.5 billion of debt he's prepared to write off into equity. Now, this has caused a little bit of confusion. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, which, by the way, often I can be wrong. I think this essentially is just what we expected. So the 1.5 billion of debt, it does exist in theory. So that it just turns into equity in the club, which means it is just being written off, which means I think everything's going to be okay, and everything is as we expected. Chelsea are not in debt, the new owners are not in debt, but that, some had to be... I think it just couldn't disappear, so it's turned into equity and belongs to the club, and therefore belongs to the new owners. I think, I'm speculating here, feel free if you know about this stuff to comment down below and give us the lowdown, baby. What do you think? Comment down below. Let's start the conversation. I want to hear what you man are saying, or ladies. Of course, things are moving very quickly, so make sure you are subscribed with the bell turned on so you are the first to be notified with huge, important updates, friends. But yeah, thank you. I'll see you very soon. Enjoy the football. Peace.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me baby.